Sara Marble.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am awesome. Awesome and pumped up and inspired.
Well, very cool. So many of us know so much about each other, but I am hoping that there are people out there that's never heard anything about Plexus or about your story. So let's start with how you got started with the company.
Okay, very good. I actually was an old timer way back when. I was a part of Plexus Pink when it was just breast health. And it was a wonderful time to be a part of a company as a registered nurse. I just would go around doing women's groups and moms groups and do breast cancer awareness seminars with our breast check kit, and that was our one product. At that time, I didn't really understand or know what network marketing was. It was just something fun for me to do to get out of the house occasionally. So I did that for a little while, and then I kind of bowed out gracefully, and that was right before Tarl and Alfred joined in with the company. So I kind of bowed out and said, it kind of did its thing. That was nice for a little while. Took a break. And then was working as a labor and delivery nurse, 12-hour night shifts on the weekends, and heard this buzz about this Slim product. And I was like, what are they talking about? And I actually had gotten a sample mailed to me from my previous upline when I was in the company, who is Diamond Ambassador Amy Sage. She had mailed me this Slim when it came out for this little trial. And I had put it on my desk and just didn't think anything of it. So every month I would get down, do my bills, get down to the bottom of the pile, and there was that darn Slim staring at me. And just I did not do anything with it for a few months. And then I heard these girls at work talking about this Slim, and I was like, okay, wait a second, I wonder if this is the same stuff. So I ran home, called Amy, and I said, okay, tell me a little bit about this. So she gave me the rundown. I was like, I do have those few extra pounds that I were hanging on after baby number 2, who at the time was almost 4. I was like, who couldn't stand to lose a few pounds? So I signed back up in November of 2010 just to get the Slim at wholesale and give it a try. Having absolutely no clue what was in store for me with the products or the company. So with that, I lost 25 pounds in 4 months, and people started to notice. So I was like, wow, we might really be onto something here. I didn't really do anything, though, as far as the business for months, which is very interesting. For the people who know me, a lot of people don't know that part of my story, that I signed up in November of 2010, and it was not until the following year, June of 2011, at our first annual Plexus convention, it wasn't until then that I saw what it could be, what the vision of network marketing was, and what the business could be. So that's kind of how I jumped in and got into it.
And you said losing baby weight after baby number 2. How much did you lose that go around?
That go around was 25 pounds and 16 inches in 4 months.
Then along came baby number 3,
Yes.
which is absolutely adorable. Not that your other boys are not, but
Yes.
The pictures and videos that y'all post of
right.
it is so great. You gained just a little bit of weight with him.
Yes,
tell
just
us
a little
that
bit.
story.
Okay, so you've been doing your awesome disclaimers. Here's my disclaimer. Ladies, watch out. When you get fit and fabulous with Slim, crazy things happen. Allison mentioned it before. She has her little souvenir and that beautiful baby girl that she has. So yes, we had surprise baby number 3 in Hudson, and I do not do pregnancy well. It is no secret that I am not a graceful pregnant woman, and I did find more weight this pregnancy than any other pregnancy. I have 3 boys now, but I gained over 90 pounds with that pregnancy. Ooh. So, yes, deliver the baby, and they hand you this wonderful 7.5-pound baby, and you're like, oh my goodness, he couldn't be at least 10 pounds with all this weight that I've, gained. So yes, I went home and had that dreaded, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? But lucky for me, I had my little secret, knowing that I had all of my Plexus products that had worked for me before, and was very excited to get back on those and get rid of that baby weight.
So you lost 90 pounds,
yes.
And I saw you at convention. You looked fabulous.
Thank you.
And you have kept it off.
Yes.
Plexus has helped you keep it off.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, what about that smashingly handsome husband of yours? What's his Plexus story?
Yes, that is a very loaded question, so I'll give you the short version. He was Mr. Skeptical. He had seen when I was a part of Plexus Pink, and he was like, yeah, that's fine, but you're out of the house a lot, and yeah, you're not really, bringing in very many paychecks, and he just was like, I don't really know about that. He didn't have a good taste in his mouth regarding network marketing, period. So when I signed up my mom, I kind of suckered her into it, and she just did because she's my mom, and that's what moms do. She was my first person, and then my husband was the second person that I signed up, because getting ready to go to that first convention, I didn't want to go to convention without a team. So I showed up at convention with my team of my awesome mom, Cindy Jenkins, and my husband, who I had just joined. It was kind of a wait and watch. He was very slow to warm up to the idea of what I was doing, but as I was losing the weight consistently, and with losing the weight, also my paychecks were getting bigger and bigger, and I was promoting. He was like, "Oh my gosh, we might be onto something here." And of course, I was like, "Yeah, you think?" So he became wiser and started stealing my Slim one, because he needed to get ready for his high school reunion. So he has his own success story, and a lot of people don't know. He actually lost over 35 pounds doing the Slim in the accelerator to get ready for his 20-year reunion, and has since been, caught drinking his pink drink at work, and built a brilliant team out of the hospital that he works at. He's a registered nurse anesthetist, and so the scrub techs, surgeons, other nurse anesthetists, they all see him drinking this pink drink, and it really has turned into them asking questions, them becoming customers, then becoming ambassadors, and we have an amazing team of medical professionals under him, and now he, as of last month, is actually an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. So now we work it together. It's been an absolute blessing.
And he has since semi-retired, do we say, or how do we put that?
He was approved to go part-time, which is awesome. I am, fully at home. I retired as a nurse over 2 years ago, so I've been home for 2 years now. And he has been able now to be approved for part-time, so he's no call, no weekends, home by 3 every day, which is just so exciting for the 3 boys. My 3 boys are, Jackson is 9 and Logan is 8, and then the baby Hudson is almost 2. So we've got, basketball and baseball and piano lessons and you name it, and I'm running here, there, and everywhere, and it's going to be just an amazing opportunity for him to be home and help me out with the things that we love, with our kids and their activities and just enjoying life together. So, yes, he's eating his words and sees the error of his ways, and now is realizing that Plexus and this opportunity just has been an absolute blessing for our family.
That is really cool, really, really cool. And you have a fabulous team, really good size. Tell me how many you have on your first level.
I have about 68 personals, and then my husband has done remarkably well. He has about 23, I think now, active personals under him working together, and we work very closely together. He's so funny. He'll say, "Okay, I got this email, I got this text, can you help me follow up?" And we work together, and I do the social media stuff, and he kind of, he does a lot of the Facebook and stuff too, and then I help follow up with the leads. So yes, we work together as a team with both my personals and his personals.
Very cool. That is so cool to be able to do that as a husband and wife.
Yes.
And everything, and still be making fabulous money. Do we have 2 Lexuses in the house now?
I traded in my white one, and so now I've got my wonderful big Lexus SUV, the Black Diamond Lexus. Mm-hmm. He is holding off. We've been just in negotiations with what we're going to do. We've got our other cars. Right. Who knew you were going to get all these wonderful perks? So yes, we still have the minivan, and then his car that we'll probably sell, and he's he's gone and done the test driving, picking out which one he wants. But yes, he's eligible now to get his Emerald Lexus.
Awesome, very cool. And you guys, I love to see the pictures from Maui on the trips and taking the boys and everything. And in the past, you've taken your a babysitter with you, but I understand that she's now an ambassador too, right?
Absolutely, yes. That's one of those things. If you hang around us long enough and you kind of figure out, wow, they've kind of found something that's really wonderful. And when you talk to people about freedom, it really can be financial freedom. It can be time freedom. It's amazing when you find an avenue to have residual income coming into your family. People notice, wow, we're happy and we're living this awesome life. So it took a little while, but yes, my amazing nanny that helps out with the kids, and she's been with us for years and years, we brought her to Maui with us, and as soon as we got home from Maui this past fall, she's like, okay, I'm ready, let's do this. So she actually just signed an ambassador up this morning. So she's off and running. But I was going to mention that too, be it my mom, who was my first ambassador and turned out to be an amazing rock star, and she never planned on doing the business. And then my husband, who was Mr. Skeptical, is now a rock star in his own right, building a team with us. My awesome nanny and babysitter. But I have to say, the other people who have joined my team and now become this, helped me build this rock star organization and this team are dear, wonderful, amazing friends who I have had in my life for over 15 years. Casey, who was not able to be on right before me just due to the family health issues that she's dealing with right now. We went to nursing school together, and I love her story because she actually said no to the opportunity for more than a year. She watched me, and it was okay. We were still friends. We still connected, and she said no because the time in her life wasn't right. I would revisit it on occasion, but all she needed to do was watch. And when she was ready, she was ready. She jumped on board, hit Emerald in a year, and is now able to take care of her family and her priorities, not having to have that full-time job and report to a boss and have all of those things that so many people find, bring them down in life. And oh my goodness, it's Monday and you've got to go punch that time clock. So to be able to be a part of a company that is helping people get healthy and changing lives financially, but for me to be surrounded by family and dear, close, wonderful friends. Julie and Becky are two of my other great team members who were in nursing jobs. I worked on the floor in nursing with. It's just absolutely unbelievable. And now to know that we're all going to be vacationing together this fall in Maui on the Emerald trip is just absolutely unreal.
Back to what Alfred was saying about relationship marketing.
Yep.
It is all about relationships, and relationships you currently have or those that you make new even.
Yes.
That's what really drives our company along, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, well, tell me this. Give me a great tip that you would give to a brand new ambassador to help them on their way.
Okay. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet because this is what I love. I love to talk about. And what comes to mind first, and I think a few people have touched on it before, is to keep it simple. The amazing thing about our company is, one, you don't have to stock inventory and it's all online. So how amazing is that? That's just as simple as it comes. So somebody gets their website for $34.95. It's a turnkey. It's not this huge franchise that you have to invest thousands of dollars in. So in keeping it simple, just remember that you have tools and resources that are available and duplicatable, so we don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel. There are now people who have done this, and the people who promoted to Diamond before me, I was watching them, asking them what's working for you, being able to follow in those footsteps. But we now have things in place like the opportunity of a lifetime DVD. If you're not using that regularly to share with prospects and follow up, that is something that you need to use, because it's a third-party tool that offers validation. Other people can see, oh my goodness, it's not just this person that's trying to share with me. All these other people are having an amazing experience. Our Wednesday night opportunity calls, you should be getting guests on that regularly. And if you don't have guests, I still call in every Wednesday and listen, because when I hear the product review, it confirms, okay, this is what I know, this is how I can share with people, but it gives you 2 or 3 new updated live stories for you to put in your story library to be able to share when you're out talking to people. So using the resources that are already available to keep it simple is so easy, because really with network marketing, duplication is the key. And if you can keep it simple and give somebody who's brand new the tools that they can turn around and go have a meeting or a one-on-one or whatever it is and be able to show the DVD and plug them into a conference call, they're going to be able to be successful. And it's not going to take weeks of learning every single ingredient that's in every single product before I can do an entire presentation for a room full of people. We have these tools in the success guide. I think the success guide that comes in our welcome packs is one of the most underutilized tools that can be honestly one of the most effective things to help you to be successful. Just like Danielle was talking about, having people send your why. That very first chapter is establishing your why and setting your goals. And I am a huge person on goals. You need short-term goals that are going to help you get to your ultimate long-term goals. So that's probably my first one, is to keep it simple and use the tools that are already in place and available.
Those are good. Those are very, very good tips. And talking of goals, this summit is a broad version of my goal. I've been working on this for 6 months to try to get this thing going, and it has finally happened today.
It's amazing.
And so it is very important, I think, to set goals and to keep up with them and do it. So we talked about your weight loss with Plexus Slim. Now, I think you have another favorite product that we have.
Yes. And I have to say, I'm just like everybody else that says you're a Plexus junkie, because I do. I take it all and I love it all. But you do have those few standout products. Now, another disclaimer, I'm a nurse, so I don't really find it difficult to speak about, body issues and stuff like that. But I'll allude to Celeste and what she mentioned, and I think you have some more guests on. I cannot live without my Plexus BioCleanse, and I'm telling you, at any given time, I've got 4 bottles in my cabinet because I will not run out. If anybody else in the household takes extra, I need to make sure that we've got plenty there. But I actually suffered with severe symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome, and I had 2 colonoscopies and 2 different gastroenterologists who tried a few different prescription medications just to ease the symptoms, and I really didn't get much of a relief in going to those doctors and working through that. So it was just a miserable time in my life when I had this horrible symptoms and just a pendulum of, and I won't go into detail, of course, but anybody who knows irritable bowel knows that there's some days you just can't even leave the house. And it was really frustrating for me. When I was introduced to the BioCleanse, I started taking it right when it came out. Within 2 weeks of just starting 2 capsules at bedtime, I was feeling much better, relief of a lot of the symptoms, the pain and the bloating and just the food issues that I was having. And after that first month, I was virtually symptom-free. Now, I will tell you, in the last 2 years, I have not missed a dose of BioCleanse, and I have been 99.8% symptom-free from my irritable bowel syndrome since starting that BioCleanse. It's just been absolutely life-changing for me.
That is absolutely amazing. I mean, we talk about it in meetings and stuff like that. Like you say, it kind of gets skimmed over because we don't want to talk about that in public,
right.
Or whatever. But it is one of those that, IBS is one of those things that keep people homebound almost,
Absolutely.
and everything. And if you've got something that can help them with this,
right.
And speak to the fact that the word cleanse is so scary for people.
Yes.
Speak to that fact that it is not that kind of scary product.
Correct. There is not a laxative and there are no stimulants in the BioCleanse. It's just a wonderful daily product that you can use. It actually just is going to oxygenate your body body and help your body to work like it was designed to work. If you're eating 3 meals a day, you need to be getting rid of those waste and toxins, because we have to face it, we do not all eat, a clean diet, a paleo diet, all of these things. In a perfect world, yes, we'd be eating organic and drinking all of the water that we need to drink, but that just doesn't happen. It's really surprising to me the number of people who don't have a digestive system that works the way it was designed, and they don't realize that it's not okay to skip 2, 3, 4 days and not have a trip to the bathroom. But this is great because it's not a stimulant and it's not a laxative, so you can take it. I take 2 every night before bed, and then I take another 1 to 2 capsules during the day, just depending on how I feel. You do not have to stay close to the bathroom. I just recommend starting with 1 and seeing how your body does with it. But no, it is not one of those detox cleanses that's going to keep you in the bathroom for hours at a time. So it is great. And just a little side note, when I was pregnant, I did start to have some symptoms of the irritable bowel that came back, just adding growing a baby in your body. It's just a lot of stress on your body. And I did take the Bio Cleanse all the way through my last pregnancy with Hudson with the approval of my OBGYN. And actually ended up taking 6 capsules a day with that. So went right on through and didn't miss a beat with that.
We should point out that so many of our products are you are able to take them the entire time you're pregnant. They are safe. Now, of course, we always suggest that you talk to your OB and make sure that is the right thing for you to do and everything. But that we do have some really great safe products
yes.
in that aspect.
Yes.
All
and
right.
I'll throw this real quick, because it's one of the top questions that I get asked. Yes, after I had the baby, I waited 6 weeks before I started the Slim, and I was nursing. So I did start the Slim while I was nursing, again with the knowledge of my physician as well as the lactation consultant that I was working with. I did hold off and not start the accelerator until after he was weaned. So I dropped the first 40 pounds just nursing and taking the Slim. And then after he weaned, I added the accelerator and did awesome with the next 50 pounds that I lost.
That's still a big number. Every time somebody says that about you, I was like, no way. And then I look back at those pictures and go, way.
That's way. That's exactly right.
So with your team and everything, I know you have weekly Monday night meetings in your
yes.
area.
Yes.
Do you do any other meetings or types of trainings or anything with your team?
I do, and I'll tell you this probably varies just based on where you are, how many local team members you have. For me, it's just my schedule. Having 3 small kids at home, I'm probably one of the least traveled diamonds, but I definitely work very closely with my first level. So about every month or 2, 6 weeks, there for a little while, I was driving about an hour away to Hammond, Louisiana, and that's where Julie is, my new Emerald. And we did do trainings and meetings, and it was kind of a support thing. I would go and do some of the meeting, and she would do some of the meeting, and then we could do questions and answers and training after that. We do have our weekly Monday night meeting, which I have to tell you, we started over 2 years ago after the first convention with me and my mom, and that has been absolutely monumental in how we've built our business. We had just a handful of people that came that first week, and they all got excited and either signed up as ambassadors or preferred customers. They all went and invited a friend and came back the next week, and it really was this awesome natural progression of being able to share, and it was more or less word of mouth. So we use Monday nights. We do a little product presentation and the compensation plan, and then we like to talk about just how awesome network marketing is. We do a business tip and answer questions, and that's another great thing is find somebody that you want. If you're the CEO of your company, pick those people that you want to work with. I have to tell you, I have an absolute blast. Monday nights is one of my favorite nights because I get to go hang out with my mom and dad, who are just amazing, and the 3 of us do the meeting together, and we've been able to just develop this nice flow, and it just goes really, really well, and it's just so awesome to be able to work with either family members like I do or dear friends, like Celeste and Jen were talking about, to be able to do weekly meetings, monthly trainings, whatever it might be. I have gone to Mobile, Alabama several times to help Casey before she hit Emerald. We did a meeting and some trainings, and that's been awesome. But for the most part, I haven't traveled a whole lot, maybe 3 or 4 5 times a year. So
very cool. Very
yeah.
cool. Well, I do so appreciate your time today and your support, both today and in the past. Anytime I've called you or messaged you, you've been so kind to answer my questions and everything. Even if you're in the middle of running somewhere, you're like, I'll get back to you. So,
Yeah.
you know, again, our Plexus family is so wonderful about doing
Mhm.
that. If you've got a question, just feel free to answer somebody. But I do appreciate your time today. I'm going to let you go so you can
Okay.
get with all those cute boys in your household
Thank
and have a
you.
good time. And
Awesome.
we will talk to you soon, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye.